Welcome to Teacher Well's personal development series. I am Amber Dembowski. I am the founder of Teacher Well, and I am so excited about today's topic because I can't even tell you how many teachers I know who are living paycheck to paycheck. And they went into the profession with a really great heart, thinking, I just have to be broke. I don't know a teacher who out there who isn't thinking, I'm a teacher and I'm broke, but it's okay. It's just the profession I chose. And it's not okay. Those two things don't have to be mutually exclusive, even though I'm just as guilty as charged. What's interesting to me, and why the reason I even went down this path, is when I was developing the Teacher Well app, I was visiting with districts and administrators and educators to find out what is it that you want to learn more about. I was visiting with one district in particular, and that district was telling me that their new teachers were asking them more and more questions about financial health. And to be quite honest, I had never even heard that term. Financial health? Is that such a thing? I had no reason to incorporate that into Teacher Well because I am the furthest from being financially healthy. But I was very intrigued and I was astounded that this was something that people were asking for, even though I agree it's super important. So that night, I was actually scrolling on Instagram and I wasn't searching for anything in particular, but I came across Clare Duffy. Clare Duffy is an educator and a wealth specialist. I have never heard of it and I was intrigued. And so I reached out to her and I knew immediately that I wanted to bring her to you, the T-Dubbers, our Teacher Well community, so that we can learn more about the steps that we can take to be financially savvy and have the financial health that we need to feel successful in our profession. So I'm going to hand it over to Clare.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Amber. Thank you for that welcome. I know it was amazing. I'm so glad that Amber reached out to me. We got connected. It's just been so much fun to get to talk with her and come up with this idea. So thank you, Amber. And everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I've been looking forward to this event ever since Amber reached out to me about it. And thank you for introducing yourself in the chat as well. Oops. Okay. And I just want to confirm, you can see my screen. Congratulations. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Well, congratulations, everybody. I acknowledge you for being here on a Sunday afternoon. There are a million other things you can do. I know some of you on here have little ones running around, probably. You have other things on your to-do list, and you are choosing to be here. And so I just want to thank you and honor you for being here. You are in the right place today if you want to learn more about the rules of money, supercharged savings accounts, flexible alternatives to the 529. You want to make a plan for retirement. You're thinking about legacy transfer, maybe wills and trusts. You're thinking about income protection, maybe getting an additional stream of income, learning about a flexible, lucrative career, or you just want more for your life. I mean, it is so interesting how our finances are tied to what we envision for our life. And when your financial situation changes, what you envision for your life can change. So if you have something inside you that just kind of wants more, you're in the right place today. First rule of money is how money grows. Money grows in three ways. The first way is fixed. And as you can see, it's just a flat line. So it's kind of like, if you saw this on an EKG, it'd be a problem, right? So your money's not growing. It's not going down, but it's not going up either. So this is like our money in the bank. It's just staying right there. The next way that money grows is called variable. Can you think of a place where your money goes up and down and up and down and up and down, and it's unpredictable and unstable? And you're probably thinking of the stock market. That's what I thought of when I saw that line. I'm like, oh, I recognize that from the accounts I have. So, and there's nothing wrong with either of these. They all have their place. Problem is, most of us have most of our money in the first two, just in fixed and variable. But there's a third way that money grows that many people don't know about. I didn't know about. And this is called indexed growth. And what's happening in this type of account is that your money is not directly in the stock market, but it is mirroring the stock market. So when the market goes up, your money goes up. Woohoo! But then when the market goes down, your money locks in. That's what those little padlocks are on that chart. So your money never goes down. Okay, the second rule of money is how money gets taxed. So there are three ways that money gets taxed. The first way is tax now. This is things like savings accounts, bank CDs, brokerage accounts, and mutual funds. The next one is tax later. These are things like a 401k, 403b for us teachers, an IRA, annuities, and pension plans. And again, I'm not saying any one of these is terrible, but the problem is that most of us just have our money in tax now and tax later. Tax advantaged is where the wealthiest people in our country have most of their money. And it's the one where the fewest people in the middle class actually even know about. So tax advantaged accounts are things like municipal bonds, Roth IRAs, executive bonus plans, and family banking strategies. Okay, another rule of money is called the banking concept. Now, this one blew me away. It totally blew me away when I saw it. I was like, what? Why did the bank never tell me about this concept? And then, of course, I realized, well, if the bank told us about this concept, nobody would put the kind of money they do in a bank. Okay, so we put our money in the bank, right? And can you think about, do you know what kind of interest rate you are currently getting on the money that you have in the bank? I have a Bank of America account, for example, and it's 0.001. I don't have very much money in there. But on average, we get less than 1% back from the bank. But then what does the bank do with our money? I mean, I never even thought about this, like I don't know if I had been asked that, I would have thought that they're putting in some shiny vault, turning a wheel and they open it up and there's my money. No, they are lending it out. And when they lend it out to other people, to our friends and family for car loans or personal loans, they're charging 6 to 12%. So that is the first way that a bank makes money off of our money. That's not all. The next way that the bank makes money off of our money is by leveraging third-party companies. Now, you might recognize some of these. You see there, Pacific Life, Nationwide, Transamerica, a lot of those companies that we looked at on a previous slide. Those are insurance companies. You may have heard of the FDIC. You may have seen it on a bank window or a bank website somewhere, FDIC. That stands for Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. So they are putting our money in insurance contracts and making an additional 6, 12, 15, 20% off of that money. So what we show our clients is how to cut out the middleman, how to cut out that bank. You can leverage these same third-party companies for yourself and therein be your own bank. When you've heard about family banking, legacy banking, this is exactly what it is. You become your own bank. You take loans from yourself. So the question becomes, would you rather put your money in the bank or where the bank puts their money? Probably the latter. Okay, and the last thing we're going to go over today is comparing these 5 different financial accounts. I'm just going to move your beautiful faces there, Black. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the first column is the bank account. The second one is a 401k, 403b. Next, you'll see brokerage and stocks like mutual funds. Next, you'll see private pension plans like FIAs. And lastly, you'll see TFRA, which stands for tax-free retirement account. And IUL stands for indexed universal life. That is a life insurance policy contract. So those are the 5 different types of accounts. And then on the left, you'll see the rows. These are the characteristics that each account has. So for example, number 1, growth potential. Do we have growth potential in a bank? No, we do not. Do we have it in a 401k? Yes, we do. And you can see how it goes across. Check, check, check. The next one is principal protection. So this is the money that you put in. Is it protected? In a bank? Yes, it's protected. Fantastic. Then in a 401k, no, we have the risk of losing it. Our 403bs, we can lose that principal. So the very money of ours that we work so very hard for and put in one of these accounts, it's not protected. In brokerage accounts like stocks and mutual funds, no, not protected. In private pension plans like fixed index annuities, yes. And in IULs, TFRAs, yes. The money that you put into there will never go down, just like that indexed growth I was talking about. It's also called the stairway to heaven. I'm sure you can imagine why. Number 3, no risk of market loss. So again, you see in the bank, no, we don't risk that. In stock accounts, yes, we do. But in private pension plans and TFRAs, no, there's no risk of market loss. Those accounts are just mirroring the market, but not directly in it. Number 4, easy access liquidity. So in a bank, it's very easy to get our money out. That's why it's, so helpful. We cannot get it very easily out of our 401ks, 403bs. Stocks and mutual funds, yes. And sorry, my cat is trying to get to the screen. And private pension plans and TFRAs, yes. Well, in private pension plans, it's limited, but in TFRAs, yes, easy access. Number 5, legacy. So how easy is it to transfer that wealth on? You can see in those first 3 accounts, not easy. But in the latter 2 columns, yes, it is. Okay, number 6, this was a big one. Chronic, critical, terminal income replacement. So if something were to happen to you, if you got a chronic illness, critical illness, terminal illness, what would you do? I mean, I had my money previously in just the bank in my 403b and some stocks. And you can see red X, red X, red X. I would have been in a really bad situation really fast if I couldn't work. But in the tax-free retirement accounts, what happens is, so like I said, these are life insurance policies. So there's a death benefit. And we say that we are bringing the life back into life insurance. You can pull money from your death benefit to use should anything happen to you. So in that way, your death benefit is not like for people after you've already died. What am I going to do with that? Nothing. No, you can use it. You have access to it if you need it during your life, which, I mean, I'm just lucky. Honestly, I got through this many years of teaching without needing that. Number 7 is tax-free distribution. So will you get taxed when you want to take your money out? And you can see in the bank, yes, you will be taxed. In a 401k or 401(k), depends on the structure. In brokerage accounts, yes. Private pension plans, depends. But again, in the tax-free retirement accounts, no. You will have tax-free distribution. You will not be taxed when you pull that money out. And that's a big deal. I mean, think about just like a quick 10, 20, 30%, boom, coming off of your money. I think about like when I used to log into my 403b and I would see however much money was there. I didn't fully understand that how much of that was not mine. And we don't even know. You think about taxes now. Do we think that the taxes are going to go down or up? Let's think about our national debt. They're probably going to go up. So, and we don't even know by how much. So when we actually need that money in retirement, huge chunk. However, if we put our money in tax-free retirement accounts like this, no taxes on the distribution. That is significant. That is a lot of money that we get to keep. And then the last one is probate avoidance. I don't know if any of you have been through probate or known anybody who's been through probate, but it basically holds up your wealth tied into courts and all kinds of processes that take years. And again, takes just like a quick chunk right off of your wealth. We want to avoid that if we can. And we like to start with financial needs analysis. So we talk to you about where you are, what you want, any kind of holes in the boat kind of thing. We look at everything. And then we walk our clients through the 6 steps to financial independence. So number 1 is cash flow. We help you earn additional income. That never hurts, right? And we help you manage your expenses. Number two, emergency fund. We want to make sure that you have at least 3 to 6 months of income in case something happens, unexpected expenses. Number three, we can help you with debt management, help to consolidate your debt and make a plan to eliminate it. Number four, proper protection. So we will protect against loss of income. I mean, who knows somebody who suddenly lost their job and, that sudden loss of income was a real problem. I know several. Number five, build wealth. So we want to make sure that you are outpacing inflation and reducing taxes. There's no need to be paying more taxes than you need to. And number six, we want to preserve your wealth. So again, reducing that taxation and then building a family legacy so that you can start something that passes on to the generations after you. How cool would that be? And I also want you to know that our mission is no family left behind. We are very much mission before commission. And in that way, we're just like school teachers. I mean, think of you all in your classroom. Can you turn someone away because they're below grade level? No, you would never do that. Your heart is with that student just as much as any student. Now, if you had a student who was an advanced learner, would you say, oh, you're not for my classroom? No, everyone is your student and they all, have a piece of your heart. And we feel that same way about our clients. We have an array of clients from people who are in debt and cannot save anything for years to people who are, multi-billionaires. Everyone is just as important as everyone else, just like us teachers and our students. Now, I'm wondering what takeaways you might have. I know that's a lot of information. I mean, the first time I heard that presentation, I was just, oh, I felt like I needed to hear it about 5 more times to really let any of it sink in. But, go ahead and share in the chat something that stood out to you. Teachers, I had to use this term. What is a text to self connection you had? And anything that was particularly surprising to you. And I also want you to know that wherever you are is okay. You might be feeling totally overwhelmed, like, can you teach that to me again? Don't worry, there's no quiz. So yes, I can go over all of that more slowly again. You might be starting to feel like, oh gosh, I think I want to explore some of these client offerings. You might be feeling like, Claire, you have to meet my friend or this family member. They need you yesterday. You need to meet them. And you might be feeling kind of curious about this business. However you are feeling, wherever you are, I would absolutely love to meet with you. Like I said, all of my services, all of our services are always free. You never pay us. Those companies I talked about that we have access to, they pay us out of their marketing department. Because if you decide to use any of them to solve a financial problem, we give them access to you. So they pay us out of their marketing department. You never pay us. So I really hope that that was helpful. And thank you so much again. I'm going to stop sharing and kick it back over to Amber. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, Claire, this was incredible. You exude so much positive energy. Can I just take you everywhere with me? I mean, seriously.
I'm a big problem at the mall because I'm like, yeah, get that.
I love it. I love it. Well, what I think I love most about the information that you're sharing is not just that it's so accessible, but also, being an educator and being financially savvy used to be these like mutually exclusive things. They were characteristics of two different people. Um, and I don't know if it's the younger generation or what, but I feel like they had it figured out. Like, no, I can do this and I can be financially healthy, right? They're the ones who were telling me we want to learn more about this. And my daughter, who's actually in college to become an educator, she's probably more financially savvy than I am. Actually, I know that she is. I should have had her join us because she would have loved this so much. Thank you so much, Claire. And I just want everyone to know that Teacher Well does offer some personal development opportunities at least every month. And so our next upcoming one is March 26th, and it's all about time management for teachers, which I know is something is super important for all educators. We're all feeling very stretched then. So Claire, thank you so much for your time. Thank you everyone for joining us. And Claire, thank you for making yourself so accessible by sharing your number. And then I also know that you included your Instagram there so people can get in touch with you. But thank you, everyone.
Awesome.
Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Thanks, everybody.